बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम टू समा पॉडकास्ट। और आज की सीरीज़ हम शुरू करने जा रहे हैं जिसमें हम पाकिस्तान में मौजूद तमाम तर अहम ममालिक के सफारतकारों से खुसूसी गुफ्तगू करेंगे। और इस सीरीज़ के पहले एपिसोड में, जो कि इस वक्त हम इस्लामाबाद से रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं, हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं किर्गिज़स्तान के एम्बेसडर टू पाकिस्तान यरजान किस्ताफिन, और ही हैज़ ग्रेस्ड द इवेंट। हमारे स्टूडियोज़ में सब मौजूद हैं और उनकी इस मौजूदगी से फ़ायदा उठाते हुए हम एक इंतहाई अहम इशू पर भी बात करेंगे। एक बहुत ग्रैंड इवेंट किर्गिस्तान अस्ताना में होने जा रहा है, जिसको शंघाई कोऑपरेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की हेड्स ऑफ स्टेट समिट का नाम दिया जाता है। शुरू तो हम बात इनसे इसमें करेंगे, मगर साथ साथ पाकिस्तान और किर्गिस्तान के ताल्लुकात, सेंट्रल एशिया, रीजनल कनेक्टिविटी, पाकिस्तान और इनके आपसी ताल्लुकात और तमाम तर ऐसे मामलात जो कि इस रेंज में आते हैं, उस पर खुसूसी बातचीत करेंगे। कोशिश करेंगे कि सेंट्रल एशियन रीजन्स के मुताबिक या उनके मुल्कों के हवाले से जहन में जो सवाल आते हैं पाकिस्तानियों के, या कुछ ऐसे भी सवाल आते हैं जो हमारी बिजनेस कम्युनिटी की या हमारे दो तरफा, जिसको पीपल टू पीपल कॉन्टैक्ट कहा जाता है या गवर्नमेंट टू गवर्नमेंट कॉन्टैक्ट कहा जाता है, उस हवाले से भी तमाम तर क्वेरीज के उनसे जवाबात पूछे। यरजान किस्ताफिन, वेलकम टू समा पॉडकास्ट एंड यू आर द फर्स्ट ambassador, and we are initiating our chat with diplomat series with you. First of all, I would definitely welcome you on behalf of people of Pakistan here. My first question would be none other than is the event that is happening in Astana. It's a grand event, heads of state summit, SCO. The whole world looks at it. It's a very important event of the year. So first of all, I would like you to elaborate how you look at that event, because Astana being the youngest capital, the beautiful capital, like we compare it with Islamabad more often. So how are you looking at that event, and is the government of Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan is ready to hold that grand event?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, thank you so much for having me. It's a great honor for me to be the first guest at your podcast. So talking about the Astana summit, which is going to take place at the beginning of July, almost 1 week away, I must say that it's not the first time when in Astana we host such big gathering, very important gathering, and our site is ready to host high officials. And for example, His Excellency Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, kindly confirmed his participation, and he will come with a delegation of the government of Pakistan to be a part of this summit and to discuss not only our regional cooperation, but also to discuss and negotiate with our president our bilateral cooperation.
Regarding SCO, we always talk about regional cooperation a lot, and the trade corridors and the grand land routes and aerial routes. If I look at the realities, it's very unfortunate that the sort of progress I expect from the Central Asian regions and this particular part of South Asia, we are still not able to connect all these countries to this part of another subcontinent. What is the reason in your view why we couldn't tap on all the available opportunities and the corridors and the channels that we should have been taking advantage of that?
Frankly speaking, as many experts say today, the regional connectivity is the name of the game. And when it comes to, for example, connectivity between Kazakhstan and Pakistan, we should be, first of all, focused on developing a regional approach.
Exactly.
And I'm really happy to share with you good news. We finally connected, our countries. Last month, in collaboration with the NLC, we arranged first ever multimodal cargo transportation from Kazakhstan to Dubai via seaport Karachi.
Yeah.
So, and then the TCS company organized transportation of pharmaceutical products from Karachi seaport to Baku via a seaport based in Kazakhstan at the Caspian Sea called Aktau. So what our people say, I mean that logistics companies from Kazakhstan and from Pakistan, that probably today this route, which goes through Afghanistan and Pakistan, is the most viable and the most feasible today. Can you imagine? Due to the situation in the region, in the Suez Canal and the Red Sea, due to this, conflicts and tensions between major powers, this route seems one of the best today because, for example, delivery time is 3 weeks. in comparison to 3 months using other routes by sea.
Okay.
So this is why we are focused today very much on developing our regional connectivity. And by the way, it is one of the top priorities of Kazakhstan chairmanship in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, because, frankly speaking, without regional connectivity,
exactly,
we cannot develop our bilateral trade, for example. Because Pakistan today represents one of the biggest manufacturer in the region. And we would love to have products manufactured, made in Pakistan, in our market. Just yesterday, I had people from Multan, and they are planning to arrange first ever export of mango, the sweetest mangoes in the world, to Kazakhstan. And again, in collaboration with the NLC. So from my day one in our mission here in Islamabad, I was focused very much on developing our cooperation with the biggest logistics companies of Pakistan. And today, the NLC, the TCS, Faisal Movers, and many other companies, big companies, small companies, they are interested very much in developing our regional connectivity. And I think that we are doing quite well in this term.
Excellency, another question related to that. Apart from seeking manufacturers or exploring manufacturing opportunities from Pakistan or in Kazakhstan, what areas, what other significant areas are there in Pakistan that you are really interested as Kazakhstan?
You mean economic cooperation?
Economically, trade-wise, health-wise, infrastructure-wise.
Okay. So, for example, at 4 o'clock today, at 4 p.m., we are going to have the first online session between our IT ministers.
Okay.
What we see is that the IT sector...
IT ministers from both the countries?
Yes, exactly. So we are going to establish a joint working group on developing cooperation in the IT and telecommunications.
Okay.
The IT sector is another very promising area for developing cooperation between our countries.
Okay.
For example, last year Kazakhstan was ranked by the United Nations in terms of e-gov services as 28th in the world. So we're doing quite well, and we know that the IT sector in Pakistan is booming today, and we would love to share experience, and we would love to learn from you what you have here. Another very important area is agriculture. Tomorrow I'm traveling to Lahore, and I will be meeting with the Minister of Agriculture of Punjab. And in terms of agriculture, I would say it's one of the kind of low-hanging fruits. Why? Because we can easily start export of mango, guava, dates, falsa, potato, and many other products, grown here in Pakistan to Kazakhstan. And believe me, in our market, you will, for you, it will be very easy to enter our market, because in terms of price and quality-wise, you have one of the best offer in the region. So that's why I think that our market is very, has great potential for, for entering by your farmers, Pakistani farmers.
Excellency, on a lighter note, have you ever tasted the dates that we are producing in Balochistan?
Yes, it's
How
great.
did you find it?
Excellent.
And I hope you have seen our date processing centers as well in one of the very far-flung area of Turbat.
Yeah. I visited once Quetta.
The Quetta.
Yes, and we discussed
the Quetta one is gigantic, but I hope you soon you have a chance to see
Inshallah.
The one is in Turbat.
And
the territory is amazing, and the tough as well from every point of view. And being a diplomat, once you travel to that area, you would realize that how tough it is for Pakistan and its security forces to maintain law and order as well, and do the development projects as well. And as you mentioned, the organizations, TCS and NLC and all the organs, state organs who are involved in this. So it is carried with a great zeal of Pakistanis that they are trying to render into the development of Pakistan. But once again, another question is linked with whatever we are discussing right now. Why Kazakhstan and Pakistan are lagging behind in developing the strongest bond? Because I see a lot of similarities in the two countries, and but still I'm missing a direct flight link between the two countries. So you are the best person to respond to that. That why we are not having direct flights between Pakistan and Astana and Almaty.
You know, frankly speaking, when it comes to a political dialogue between our countries, I must tell you that we have developed an excellent relations. Our leaders, they meet on regular basis. For example, Sheikh Baz Sharif, His Excellency Sheikh Baz Sharif, he was in Astana 2 years back.
Yeah.
He participated in another very important forum called SICA Summit, and he met with our president. Now he is going to visit Astana again. So it is time now to transform our excellent political dialogue into something tangible. And of course, when we are talking about tangible cooperation, it is first of all about our bilateral trade, it is about our economic cooperation, it is about our people-to-people contacts. So in terms of economic cooperation, frankly speaking, our cooperation was underestimated from both sides. Yeah. We were more focused on developing cooperation with other parts of the world.
Yes.
And now, finally, I'm really happy to see this positive trend. Our people understood that the regional connectivity is everything, and the regional cooperation. Yes. Because, for example, if Kazakhstan produces some goods that are in high demand, again, in the United Arab Emirates, how can we deliver these goods?
We need a route.
Exactly. And then another very important part. Pakistan is the 5th largest market in the world. 240 million people.
And still untapped.
Yeah, exactly. And for example, our producers, for our manufacturers in Kazakhstan, this is a great chance. This is a great chance to enter one of the biggest markets in the world. And using your seaports based at the Arabian Sea, we can get access to the Gulf countries, African countries, Southeast Asian countries. And nowadays, our president, he stressed several times that we have to develop our regional connectivity. And in this term, he named 2 main international transport corridors. The first one is the Trans-Caspian International Transport Corridor, which connects Kazakhstan with the European countries through the Caspian Sea. And another one called North-South. Through North-South, we will be connected to, as I said, African countries, Southeast Asian nations, and of course with Pakistan. Yes. So as I said, unfortunately, you know, some time ago, we didn't pay enough attention to developing cooperation between our countries. But nowadays, what I see is that both sides are interested very much in developing our ties. Moreover, another issue that we faced in the region, it is, and again, it is not only about Kazakhstan and Pakistan, it is about Afghanistan. Yes. Afghanistan was not stable. But what we see today, again, is another positive trend. We see that the Taliban, they are in favor very much of developing a transit potential of Afghanistan. And nowadays, when you deliver goods through Afghanistan, some companies, they can even provide international insurance, which was unimaginable, let's say, some 5 years back.
So you think that given the situation where still Pakistan on its borders, it is facing terrorist activities from across the border, and Pakistan has been time and again demanding from Afghans interim government that they should be stopping the use of their soil against any other, you can say, the neighborhood countries and the immediate neighboring countries. So do you see any effect of that poor security situation on the borders, that yes, it can affect and impact the whole region and its connectivity plans in the years to come?
You know, again, when it comes to security dimension, this is another priority of Kazakhstan within the framework of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And Kazakhstan is focused very much on strengthening security and stability in the region, because, you know, stability is a backbone of any kind of developing cooperation.
Any business.
Exactly. And this is why we believe that this is what we should work on together. We have to develop collective measures. We have to develop a united response to such challenges. Terrorism, extremism, radicalism cannot be addressed, you know, by any country. It is simply impossible. This is why we should stay united. This is why we should develop collective measures in order to address these challenges, so-called 3 evils. And that is why, for example, we are working right now within the framework of Shanghai Cooperation Organization to develop a security strategy. And this is, again, another priority for developing cooperation between Kazakhstan and Pakistan. As I said, nowadays we managed to connect our countries. What we need to do right now is to make sure that these routes that connect our countries, they are safe and they are secure. So to provide security, we have to engage our law enforcement agencies, our security services, to exchange information and to address the issues that we face. Because without cooperation between our law enforcement agencies, I believe it will be difficult to arrange a secure environment for cooperation between our countries. And again, it is not only about Kazakhstan and Pakistan.
Yeah.
It is the entire
for the whole region. Yes.
Exactly. The more stable Afghanistan, the better would be for the entire region.
The better would be, exactly.
Definitely.
Excellency, another very important question regarding this. When we talk about regional connectivity, why I time and again I repeat this word, regional connectivity, because our generation, the prosperity of our coming generation relies on on the entire subject that we are discussing right now. Regional connectivity is one subject, but when we look at the entire situation in the region from country to country, why I feel that like Europe or the other conglomerates, that they were able to raise their one currency, they were able to raise their one unified market, they were able to raise their one unified platform. Why Central Asian regions, Pakistan, the region we are located, having a lot of warm water and sort of ports, deep sea ports that the world looks at it with a greater importance. Why we see that we were not able to tap each other's potential that fast that we should have been doing in the past years?
Frankly speaking, I believe it is absolutely doable. Moreover, all the countries in the region with the neighboring countries, it takes time, frankly speaking.
And also, I would add a little one. When it comes to Pakistan, I'll need your candid comment. What exactly is the problem that you think that is lying in Pakistan or from Pakistani side that is causing the delay in generating this cooperation?
Frankly speaking, it is not only about Pakistan.
Yeah.
Again, we have common challenges. As I said, security.
Very
security
true.
is
Very
everything.
true.
We should start from from creating a secure environment, as I already mentioned.
True.
And when we manage to establish these favorable conditions, secure environment, then our investors, our traders, our business people in general, they will be interested in doing business. Because for me it's unimaginable to have as a neighbor a country with the fifth largest population in the world and not to develop economic cooperation. It's something for me, unimaginable. So that's why I think that security is a top priority for all of us. And this is why, as I said, already mentioned, security is a top priority of Kazakhstan chairmanship within the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Another very important issue after security is connectivity.
Connectivity. Yes.
As soon as we develop connectivity, last year, for example, we launched direct flights connecting Almaty with Lahore. Flight duration is 2 hours 10 minutes. Can you imagine? It's almost the same like Islamabad Karachi flights.
Yeah.
And it shows how close we are, even despite the fact that we don't have common borders. At the same time, due to this absence of a dialogue at the relevant authorities, we unfortunately were forced to discontinue those flights. But I hope that this year we will resume these flights.
And those flights would be proposedly from Islamabad, Lahore, and if you can share the details with our viewers.
Frankly speaking, our airline
preferred routes would be,
our airline, which is operating these flights, they are interested in resuming flights from Lahore,
okay,
and to starting flights from Karachi.
Okay.
Because,
and why not Islamabad?
You see, the thing is that they are more focused on the most
you
populous.
are in Islamabad. You don't fly directly
I would love to have direct flights from Islamabad myself.
So why not?
But they are business-minded people.
Okay.
They see that today, for example, Punjab is the most populous province in Pakistan, while Karachi is the most populous city.
Exactly.
This
so
is
revenue-wise.
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
So what is the suggestion for the people who are watching us right now? Because we still are unable to find direct routes to Astana and the entire Kazakhstan. So in your opinion, being the ambassador of Kazakhstan, what are your preferred routes and preferred flights for the Pakistanis who are planning to fly to the Central Asian region, in specific Kazakhstan? Because we are having a lot of confusion about this. So
nowadays even if we don't have direct flights, we still have some very attractive options. The first one I would recommend to travel via Bishkek,
okay,
through Kyrgyzstan. Because to Bishkek you have flights from Islamabad, Lahore, and to more other cities. I don't remember exactly which one. So from Islamabad to Bishkek, it's 2.5 hours.
Okay.
And then from Islamabad, from Bishkek, sorry, you can easily travel to Almaty. It's a 3-hour drive, or to Astana, it's 1.5 hours by air.
Okay.
So another option, Baku. You can travel via Baku. Now we have direct flights to Baku from Lahore, Islamabad, and Karachi. Okay. So it's not a problem. And then from Baku, we have direct flights to Astana. And the last option, which is, I would say a very economic one, it's through Sharjah. Okay. So you can travel through Sharjah to Almaty. The good thing is that in comparison to Dubai, stopover is 1.5 hours.
Exactly.
So because you just have to move from one gate to another. Yes, yeah.
10 to 13 hours.
Exactly,
exactly. And expensive too. Super expensive.
Yes, yeah. But if you travel via Sharjah, yes, it will cost you a return ticket something like not more than $500, something like
okay.
$500-600.
It was a wonderful discussion with you, Excellency. But my last question: those key 5 departments or the sections that you want cooperation with Pakistan in bilaterals.
You mean officials?
Yeah, like what are those 5 areas that Kazakhstan, you are Kazakhstan right now, and what are those 5 key areas that you are specifically looking at having your relationship with Pakistan and strong investment?
So first of all, it's about transport and regional connectivity.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's about bilateral trade. Third is agriculture. Fourth is IT sector. Fifth is textile industry, because we have very good ideas to develop our cooperation in the textile industry. And the last one, I would say pharmaceutical industry.
Pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
Excellency, it was wonderful discussion with you. I hope we see you again on our podcast and on our other different platforms of SAMAA Television. We are really thankful to you, and I hope our viewers they enjoyed this sort of conversation, candid, informal. Usually a diplomat doesn't have an informal chat with any of the media outlet, but we are glad that you were very informal, you were very comfortable, you were relaxed, and you discussed every sort of discussion that we actually had queries from our viewers. So thank you very much for your precious time. ये थे हमारे साथ किर्गिस्तान के एम्बेसडर, सफ़ीर बराए पाकिस्तान किर्गिस्तान के, और उम्मीद है कि वो सवालात जो कि अक्सर पाकिस्तानियों के जहन में आते हैं सेंट्रल एशियन ममालिक को लेकर कि उन तक सफ़र कैसे किया जाए, वहाँ इन्वेस्टमेंट कैसे की जाए, तो ये 5 की एरियाज़ थे जिनका जिक्र इन्होंने किया। तो वो बिज़नेस कम्युनिटी जो चाहती है कि सेंट्रल एशियन ममालिक में उनकी इन्वेस्टमेंट हो, या वो वहाँ से इन्वेस्टमेंट पाकिस्तान लेकर आना चाहें, तो नाउ इट्स एन ओपन एरिया फॉर यू. नाउ इट्स योर टाइम टू एक्सप्लोर ऑल दीज 5 की एरियाज़. और एम्बेसडर और इनकी एम्बेसी, इनके एड्रेसेस भी आप हमारे पॉडकास्ट के दौरान देख सकेंगे. आप इनसे रब्ता भी कर सकते हैं. मज़ीद भी कोई आपके सवालात हों तो आप समाअ टेलीविज़न और उनके दिए हुए तमाम एड्रेसेस पे हमसे रब्ता कर सकते हैं. बहुत शुक्रिया. अगले ही किसी पॉडकास्ट में मज़ीद किसी सफ़ीर के साथ जो कि इस्लामाबाद में मौजूद हैं आपसे मुलाकात होगी. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.